Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege MicroMasters Powertrain and Highjump. You can see they are, in fact, an orange semi and a gray SUV Jeep thing, which they come in this package, which, yep, usual packaging here. You got the artwork, Takara Tomy Transformers, where they would reside. And on the back, you have, hey, look, they're their modes. And hey, they can turn into a gun to be held by a larger robot. And they are WFC-S33, the Off-Road Patrol. They also come with these instructions. Which, yeah, pretty straightforward, but easy to read. Because, well, they're small and easy to transform. But yeah, here you are. The two guys. The two of them here. Yeah, Powertrain and Highjump. Powertrain here. You can see orange semi. An orange semi, orange with a little bit of blue. He's, yep, some silver detailing there, nice. No, the headlights are molded but not picked out in paint or anything. Silver detailing for that black windows for the cab. Blue back here. Silver on the exhaust. He's got two fake wheels. These right here, these ones at the front, right in the middle ones are fake, but he does roll pretty well. You know, these wheels are just clip-ons, or what's I think they're clip-ons, but hey, they roll pretty well. That this guy, yep, Highjump here. He's a gray SUV truck thing. You know, a little bit of red and silver. You know, silver bumper and grille. Lighter gray windows. Red up here. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. And a red gas can on the back. He also rolls pretty well. He also got the silver roof rack right there. But the thing is, this guy kind of has a tendency to kind of pop apart a bit, particularly out of the package when you first get him. When it's in alt mode, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's like there's something slightly misaligned. It's really easy for him to pop apart. You can also see there's the seam lines, which should not be there. He's just barely holding together. For whatever reason, this guy just does not like to stay together in alt mode, and I don't know what that's about. But that's just it feels like something's slightly slightly missized, or something, like a tab is too big, or a hole or slot is too small, or something. Just something slightly off. Apparently, it's a very common issue with this mold, including the version that's in the giant 10-pack of MicroMasters. So watch out for that, and just be careful. You might have to finagle a little bit. I didn't have to modify anything. I just had to be very particular the first time I transformed it. After that, it's been mostly okay, but it does sometimes pop apart if I'm not careful with it. But transformation, pretty simple because I'm MicroMasters again. This guy, you want to flip up the front of the truck, untab the sides here, and then just a tiny bit, and then move the legs down, which then lets you spin the cab around 180, and then you can move the legs back and untab them from each other and flip the nose back down a bit, and boom, there's Powertrain in his robot mode. Simple there. And Highjump, what you do is you take this bottom part and you untab it from the bottom, like here, both sides. Take the back, untab it from the back here, and straighten it out like this. Rotate it around at the waist. Untab the legs from each other, and up here, what you want to do is you want to move this peg out. There's a little peg in there. You want to move that out so it gets out of the way. So you can then collapse the hood up a little bit so it's out of the way. And there's Highjump's robot mode after I knock down Powertrain here. Yeah, didn't do a very good job there. But yeah, Powertrain here, again, very orange. More blue shows up here. You got lots of blue in the general robot mode on the legs, chest. A little silver, giant peg hole, which kind of messes up things a little bit, but it's kind of necessary. And a silver face, which I can't tell what color eyes those are. It even has those colored eyes. I don't think he does. Oh wait, no, I think his eyes are blue. But it's very small and hard to see the detail. Not sure well if that's gonna. Yeah, just barely see that, but yeah, you can see the detailing in a black groin, I guess. Yep. So he's pretty decent there. Yeah, I'm gonna have missing focus a lot, huh? Yeah. Articulation, though, is pretty similar to other Micromasters. Head does not move at all, but the shoulders are on ball joints, although sculpting here gets a little in the way. So, but you can move forward and back, outward a little bit. Legs are on ball joints as well, so forward and a little outward and whatnot. Knees, there's a knee bend, 90 degrees. There you go, on Powertrain there. Now, high jump. This is where a lot of red shows up, you know, red on the chest again, and a little bit of silver on the face, which I think his eyes are also just plain silver. Getting hard to tell. Maybe they're very light blue. It's either silver or very light blue. It's kind of, again, at this scale, it's hard to tell. But, yeah, he's a pretty decent robot. I kind of wish his wheels weren't just out on these things on his hands, because his hands are way up here and there's these wheels. It's kind of, I don't know. It doesn't look too great, honestly. But, you know, forward and back, outward on the shoulder because of ball joints. Hips are on ball joints as well. He's got a waist joint. I think this guy's a waist joint too. Yeah, they both have waist joints. I forgot to mention his. Waist joint, ball joint forward, a knee, which, because the transformation can be pretty deep, although it looks kind of ridiculous. But, yeah, again, okay articulation, but it's kind of what you expect for this size class, really. The Micromasters, it's kind of par for the course. This guy actually transforms pretty well, or whatever, not transform, but he looks pretty good in robot mode. He's, you know, overall, this guy looks a little in robot mode, mostly because of this. The arms kind of suck. I don't mind this backpack thing. Kind of reminds me a little bit of off-road from Combiner Wars, but yeah, I don't think it looks particularly great because of that. It looks a little goofy. But that's the one thing. Honestly, if it wasn't for those, if these like folded or something, then I think it'd look better. But because of that, it looks kind of bad. But this guy looks pretty good. Unless, of course, you don't like orange, which, yeah, I guess maybe understand that. But yeah, he looks pretty good, though, overall. He just has this massive backpack thing. It kind of looks a little goofy from the side. So does he, but it's kind of expected when you're trying to have guys transforming into truck things. But of course, like pretty much every other Micromaster, they can turn into guns. For him, what you want to do is, they're down here. You can see the barrels and the legs, and you gotta get those out, which can be a little bit tricky if you have big fingers or something. But you gotta get those out, and you kind of more or less go to truck mode. So you gotta move those forward and spin this around, and then move the legs back up so they tab into the back there, and that. And then here, before you move the truck cab back down, you got to get this peg out, which can be a little tricky, but, you know, there's a little notch in there so you can get your fingernail in there, and boom, that's ready to go. He, again, also mostly go to truck mode, although you want this peg to be flipped out entirely and then folded back down. And this, you want spun around like this, and you'll want to clip these together, but don't peg them in. You just kind of want to raise them slightly, and then also take the arms and peg them in to the sides. And that should be correct. Yes. I know to check that. Yep. And then just a matter of pegging these two together. So yeah, you take this peg and peg him into the chest of this guy. Again, this peg is a little finicky. It likes to fold up before it actually gets in. There's a little bit of again, I think something's slightly off. I think this peg might be slightly too big for the hole, or the hole's too small or something. So it can be a little tricky to get them pegged together because of that. But once you do, you got your gun, I guess. There's your gun. It's kind of goofy looking, if I'm going to be honest. The only thing is that I think there's something up with the peg or something, because it's just slightly off, it feels. But yeah, there you go. That's the gun, which can be held by any bigger figure. Just shallow peg here. It's a little bit of shallow peg on the gray dude, but hey, it works. It works, I guess. It's not great. I wish this tabbed together a little better, but it doesn't. I wish it was more than just the peg keeping these guys together, like another additional tab, because yeah, there's a tendency right there to just kind of sink a bit. So yeah, it works. Just it's again like the gun mode is. These MicroMaster weapon modes aren't, I guess, the greatest. They're all right sometimes, but I think so far the only decent one has been the sword from Wave 1. Other than that, it's kind of been eh. Yeah. That's the off-road patrol. They're fine. They're not amazing though, I feel. This mold's flawed. This one's pretty good, just some weird issues again. This one's actually alright. This orange one's alright. This one's pretty flawed. And again, I don't like the wheels here. It just kind of feels, it doesn't look good. But, you know, for about, you know, what, $10 or so, it's fine, I guess. That's amazing. Not amazing. Not a... I don't know. If you're intent on getting all the MicroMasters, you just really like them, yeah, fine, pick them up. But this guy's just kind of a disappointment. This one's alright, but this one's a disappointment, so I don't know. Make up your mind from that, I guess. I don't regret picking them up per se, but not something to go crazy trying to find. So that's it. Hope you liked this. Hope you found it informative, entertaining. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Support me on Patreon, and I'll see you next time with another video review.